Ah, I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. I am in back in the studio again, but I just left them outside. Beautiful, crisp, 51 degree temperatures. Looked at had a look at my apple trees and my peach trees and cherry trees, and I'm telling you, they are feeling just great. How do I know that? Because I'm looking at the condition of the trees, and they all appear to be having a great time out there with in a soil that they're happy in a location that they're getting plenty of sunlight. And this is what makes your trees perform well. This is one of the main things that make your trees perform well. I am so happy. The spurs on the young apple trees are beginning to produce, and I've noticed that even the trees that might, be a little shy on this side, growing a little slower than the other ones, but it's doing quite well. It's doing quite well. I mean, I just looked at them. I said, apples this year, and now there are not enough videos on YouTube. I'm just making a complaint. Professional apple farmers are showing you certain things about apple trees or certain things about their fruit tree orchards. They don't tell you how to stimulate your trees into producing spurs, so that they do produce fruit. They're not showing you that. So I'm saying, I wonder why. Makes you think, makes you want to think. I wonder why that they'll show you pruning, and they said that some styles of pruning produce spurs, but the trees have to be a certain age. Get about if you're doing dwarfs, you get about 2 to 3 years old, and then they start producing spurs. My trees are producing spurs, and they are in the 2.5 year mark. And last year I got some apples off of two of my trees, and I have a total of how many apple trees I have? Let's see, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I think I have eight. Oh, eight, nine, 10. I have 10 apple trees. But they are all young apple trees. They're all young apple trees. Greetings, greetings. That's all I like to say. Greetings. I'm feeling pretty good this morning because when I'm going out, I'm getting ready to leave to go to work, but that's not why I'm so happy. I'm happy because I want to thank everything that led me into starting my own fruit orchard. I mean, it was a great move to have that that situation going. Yeah, that was a good move. A little costly in the beginning, but all in all, and then I made some mistakes like buying from tree companies that are not reputable. They don't know what they're doing. I bought a lot of trees from a company that two companies actually that would send me the trees, and then the trees would die or they would produce something other than what they said it was. Um, and that's very difficult to swallow. Very difficult to swallow when you get the wrong tree. I got one tree now that I don't know what it is. Actually, three trees now, and I don't know what they are. One is apple trees, and they haven't produced, and that was from that same company. I'm using those as just pollinators because I think what they are is a crab apple, and I use a crab apple to cross pollinate my other apple trees. Um, but so that wasn't a total loss. Then I have another a tree that produced full size apples. They're supposed to be Granny Smiths, but they had like a brownish scabbing on them. And I think that might be just scab that they have, or the type of apple that they are. It grows like that. So it's possible for even the big companies to make mistakes and get the trees mixed up because they're in a warehouse where they just pumping those trees out. I mean, they're overstocked right now. Some of them are overstocked right now because they're getting ready for this season here, which is the perfect time of year when you get into fall. When you planting the trees. You don't want to do it in the summer. It's too much stress on the trees. You can, but it's too much stress. You do it this time of year. You get your trees in, and then you don't have to fuss over them because they get plenty of moisture because the soil is usually moist this time of year. The trees start growing, and next year they start leafing out and doing beautiful things. and you're all excited, and the next thing you know, you got whatever tree you purchased, which it could be cherries or apples or plums or whatever, and that's how you do it. So looking good, looking good, looking good. So I'm feeling good, ladies and gentlemen, as the case may be. I want you to grow. If you're not already growing fruits, try to grow some fruit. You go to the grocery store, you get them, they pick them green, and then they grow them with chemicals. And a lot of times you pick up fruit. I know you picked up fruits where you get grapes or strawberries, and when you get to the bottom of the tray, they're all molded and kind of rotted. And you don't want that. And somebody packed that and left them in a warehouse somewhere pretty long enough so that you would get them on schedule. And when you get them, pretty much you're buying some of the fruit rotten and some of it's okay, but grown with chemicals, and so you don't want to do that. This has been the Morning Gardener. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.